I'm Valerie from EFT Providence. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about one of the biggest fears that any person will encounter. Now a lot of you are thinking, well, that's fear of public speaking, of course. Others are thinking, well, fear of the unknown, and you're both right. But what's the biggest component of each of those fears? It's fear of judgment, fear of falling short of what other people expect of you. And we take that onto ourselves, so it becomes a fear of what we expect of ourselves. Will we be successful? Will we fall flat on our faces? Will people like what I'm wearing? Will people think my haircut looks good? If we were 100% certain that everybody would love everything we created or wore or put out for public consumption, it wouldn't be a problem. We'd be putting out stuff all the time if we had absolutely no reservations about how it would be perceived in the general population. But we don't do that. We're always aware of how it's going to look to somebody else. Are we going to look smart enough? Are we going to look pretty enough? Do I look thin enough? Do I look educated enough? How am I coming across? So think about what your biggest fear is. Let's take a minute, think about it for a minute. Some of you it'll come right up, others of you it'll take a minute. Now find where the fear of judgment comes into play there. How will I look to other people if I do something, or B, if I don't do something? How will it look? What's the motivator there? So zero in on your own fear. Even though I'm afraid that people will think I'm bad or I'm stupid or whatever it is for you, I trust in myself and my abilities. And let's do that 3 times. Even though I'm afraid of what other people will think, and I'll be a bad reflection on myself and my family, I'm okay, and I don't care what anybody thinks. Even though I'm afraid of being judged for whatever it is, fill in your own blank, I deeply and completely accept myself. This fear of judgment, I'm terrified that I'll look bad. Everybody will find out I'm not smart enough. Maybe I don't look as good as I think I do. This haircut makes me look fat. I really can't draw at all. And everybody will see that as soon as I show my picture. I won't try out for the play because I'm afraid they'll see that I can't act. I won't try out for the chorus because everyone will see that I can't sing. I'm afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of what other people will think. Now, as we're tapping on all of this, there are likely specific events that are coming up for you, whether they're past events or things that you would like to do, but you're keeping yourself away from doing it. If it's an old thing, tap for that. If there was an event where you found that you were judged and it didn't go so well for you, tap on the emotional thing you're holding on to with that first. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I don't care what anybody thinks. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for everybody else. I love the way I look. I can learn anything. I can sing whenever I want to. I can dance just because it's fun. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, judgment is something that you might want to keep a running list of, because there are so often so many things that we find that we're afraid of being judged for, that you can keep yourself going with that for quite a while. So tap on each one, be very specific about the events or the ideas that are coming up for you, no matter how insignificant they may seem, and then change your perspective on it. Okay? And you'll find that you're going to release a lot of emotional negative energy, and you're going to be able to move forward and take on the world and not care what anybody thinks about it. This is Valerie from EFT Providence. Be well, be happy.